You know that saying that goes, old pot is what makes good food. Well, the truth is that depending on the pot, whether it is new or old, it may not make good food, and you may end up preparing a meal contaminated with toxic substances. I know that the convenience of frying an egg in a teflon pan is tempting and very convenient. However, often this convenience has a high price to be paid, a price that can be expensive for your health. This video was produced to help you make the smartest choice when it comes to pots, ensuring that the food you prepare is safe and healthy. So stay here with me because I'm going to share several valuable tips to help you and your family make the right choice. One of the most important things you can do for your family is to cook at home, but it's no use using only healthy ingredients like olive oil, butter, or coconut oil if you're using a pot that can contaminate your food. Pots are made of various different materials, and choosing the right pot can be a complicated task, with so many types on the market and a constant temptation to buy cheaper pots or on sale. How to know which is the best choice? The truth is that all pots have pros and cons. What you need to consider are your health conditions, your budget, and the possible health problems that you or your family may be facing. So to make the decision based on analysis and questions that make sense, not just based on the price factor, let's take the value very seriously, the long-term value, the benefits and well-being. They are precious. Forming this set, let's go to the phase of choosing the best pot to cook. Let's divide the pots into categories from the worst to the best. Starting with the worst pots, we have the Teflon pots. These pots have a coating with many chemicals harmful to health. They are composed of substances known as FAS, which are highly toxic and harm the environment. These substances can interfere with your body's hormones, causing a series of health problems, such as cancer, hormonal disorders, immune system diseases. A large exposure to vapors released by superheated Teflon pots can cause symptoms such as headaches, fever, chills, chest tightness, and cough. The safety of Teflon is an illusion, and the risk to health is very real. Next, we have the aluminum pots. The aluminum in the pots can react with acidic foods, such as tomatoes or citrus fruits, releasing aluminum into your food. Excess aluminum in the body may be causing health problems, including Alzheimer's disease, neurological and bone disorders, intestinal constipation, nausea, and others. Chronic exposure to aluminum is something you definitely should avoid, and swapping these pots for safer alternatives is highly recommended. Aluminum is possibly the most used material to manufacture pots and kitchen utensils, as it is cheap, light, and an excellent heat conductor, which makes the food cook faster and also distributes the temperature better, avoiding burnt pieces, which end up producing potentially carcinogenic substances. To make it clear that yes, there is a slight risk that aluminum may be released into the food, but studies indicate that the amounts released are very low and that, for this to happen, the food needs to be stored in an aluminum container or pot for several hours and at room temperature. So the ideal is that after cooking, you remove the food from the pot and store it in glass containers if necessary. Stay tuned, we will bring better options at the end of the video. Iron pots. Although they are known for their durability and ability to cook evenly, iron pots can release iron into food. This can be beneficial for some people who suffer from iron deficiency, but problematic for those with high ferritin levels in the body. Excess iron is associated with a series of health problems, including Alzheimer's disease and skeletal system diseases. Iron pots can be good or bad, depending on your health condition. Ferritin is a protein produced by the liver responsible for storing iron in the body, which is essential for the formation of hemoglobin, so be very careful when using pots made with this material. The next category is copper pots. Copper pots can release small amounts of this metal into food. Our body needs copper in small amounts. The excess can be harmful. In addition, copper will compete with other essential minerals, such as zinc, in your body. Be very careful. The imbalance between copper and zinc can indicate health disorders. The copper pot is an excellent material for cooking, as it ensures a more regular preparation of food with less risk of burning. However, it is an expensive metal, besides being heavier, ending up being used more frequently in pots and utensils of professional kitchens. This type of pot can release copper into the food, especially when they are acidic, like tomato or vinegar. For this reason, most copper pots have a coating, such as tin for example, which is not toxic and does not cause harm to health. Preference should be given to this type of pot if you wish to use a copper pot. Now let's talk about stainless steel pots, which are a safer choice compared to the previous categories. Stainless steel pots generally do not release toxic substances into your food. There is a warning: they can release nickel and chromium in minimal amounts, which can be problematic for people allergic to these metals. Prolonged exposure to excess nickel and chromium can cause allergies and other health problems. One should observe the composition of the pot material and the characteristics of the metal alloy when buying it. Now we come to glass pots. Glass pots are known for their safety and do not release toxic substances into your food. They are made of resistant glass that is safe for use in the kitchen. Some glass pots may not be suitable for use on stoves due to temperature variation, therefore make sure to check the manufacturer's instructions before using them. Glass pots cannot distribute heat properly, so they can end up breaking if used directly over the fire. They are more fragile and can end up breaking if not used correctly. Now we come to ceramic pots. These ceramic pots are highly safe as long as the enamel or paint used inside the pot does not contain toxic substances such as lead or cadmium. This type of pots are safe for cooking and if properly cared for can last for a long time. Try to choose pure ceramic pots, as aluminum or titanium pots coated with ceramic, glazed or enameled ceramic pot can pose health risks, especially when the ceramic coating is not intact. And finally, the best choice for most people is the pot made with surgical steel 316. This material does not release nickel or chromium in detectable amounts and is resistant to corrosion. Surgical steel pots are durable, safe and effective for cooking. How to know if the pot is surgical steel? To know if the pot is made of surgical steel, there are some characteristics that indicate the presence of the material. Surgical steel pots are porous and have a completely smooth surface. On the other hand, you can do the test with a magnet approaching the pot. The magnet should not be attracted to its surface to be the surgical steel material. Another point is that they are very bright and have a protection against scratches. Contaminated pans and kitchen utensils can indeed pose a significant health risk. They can become a breeding ground for various types of bacteria, viruses, and parasites, leading to a range of diseases. Food poisoning. This is one of the most common illnesses resulting from contaminated kitchenware. It occurs when food comes into contact with bacteria or toxins present on unclean pans and utensils. Hepatitis A and norovirus. These are viral diseases that can be transmitted through contaminated food or kitchen utensils. Symptoms can include fever, fatigue, nausea, and abdominal discomfort. Waterborne diseases. If pans are washed with contaminated water, they can spread waterborne diseases such as cholera and typhoid fever. Pseudomonas infections. Pseudomonas bacteria can cause various types of infections, including pneumonia and septicemia. These bacteria can thrive in moist environments, such as unwashed pans. Legionnaire's disease. This is a type of lung infection caused by Legionella bacteria, which can grow in water that is not properly cleaned from pans. To prevent these diseases, it's crucial to maintain good kitchen hygiene. This includes washing pans and utensils thoroughly after each use, avoiding cross-contamination between raw and cooked foods, and ensuring that all kitchenware is dried properly before storage. Remember, a clean kitchen is a healthy kitchen. Using pans made from low-quality materials can potentially lead to food contamination and pose health risks. The material of the pan can react with the food, leading to not only altered taste but also the release of potentially harmful substances into the food. Here are some tips on how to avoid contaminating food in such pans. Proper cleaning. Always clean your pans thoroughly before and after each use. Use warm water, mild dish soap, and a soft sponge to avoid scratching the surface of the pan. Avoid high heat. Low-quality pans may not withstand high heat and could release harmful substances. High heat can cause the pan's material to degrade, releasing toxic fumes or leaching harmful substances into your food. Try to cook at medium heat to prevent this. Use safe utensils. Avoid using metal utensils that can scratch the surface of the pan, leading to the release of harmful materials. Scratches can expose underlying materials that might not be safe for cooking. Opt for wooden or silicone utensils instead. Regular inspection. Regularly inspect your pans for any signs of wear and tear. If you notice any scratches, discoloration, or peeling, it's time to replace the pan. These signs can indicate that the pan's protective layer is compromised, which can lead to the release of harmful substances during cooking. Proper storage. Store your pans properly to avoid any damage. Don't stack them directly on top of each other. Instead, use pan protectors or towels in between. This can prevent scratches and other damage that could compromise the safety of the pan. Consider upgrading. If possible, consider upgrading to higher quality pans. Look for ones made from safe materials like stainless steel, cast iron, or anodized aluminum. These materials are known for their durability and resistance to high heat, making them safer for cooking. Educate yourself, learn about the different types of cookware materials and their safety levels. Some materials, like teflon, can be harmful if overheated, while others, like aluminum, can react with acidic foods. Knowing the pros and cons of each material can help you make safer choices. Remember, the safety of your food is not just about the ingredients you use, but also about the tools you use to prepare it. By following these tips, you can ensure that your cooking practices are as safe as possible. In summary, choosing the right pot can be a decision that affects your health and your family. Avoid teflon, aluminum, and copper pots, and opt for glass, ceramic, or stainless steel or surgical pots to ensure that your food is safe and healthy. Remember to check the condition of the pots regularly, avoid scratches and damage, and follow the manufacturer's instructions to ensure the durability of your pots. I hope you enjoyed this guide and that it has clarified your doubts about choosing safe pots for cooking. Health is the most precious asset we have, and making conscious choices in the kitchen can make a big difference. Take care of yourself and those you love, choosing the right pots to cook safe and delicious meals. Thank you for your company so far, and I look forward to our next video.